And our runners are off.
Yeah, so we will be getting every game necessary today. If there's a game 3, there will be a game 3. If you're not that familiar with the Randomizer League, basically they had a regular season of 9 games. The top 16 players are in the playoffs. In terms of difficulty, there have been a couple of new tricks and stuff added to logic. I think some rooms, such as Romp Appeal and Shack Tool, as well as a few other things like Hell Runs, have been made more difficult.
Yes,
But
I
other
believe
than that, it's pretty much the same.
Yeah, I was about to say, I believe Hell Runs require at least 3 tanks now. I believe before it was 4 tanks. And speaking of tanks, there's our first one for both runners, which means we will see Morph Ball in the ceiling up to the right. And I believe in order for the enemies to spawn in this room, you have to collect that item, so I do not think that E-Tank was skippable. We see Zeb and Junie pretty much neck and neck, picking up the same items at about the same time. Seeing missiles, which means the bomb Chorizo is going to be open now. It's good to see missiles. Well, we'll practically see them. And power bombs, too. That opens up a lot of things, too. So they may check 230 missiles or go for meme route.
Yeah, I don't remember whether these runners do meme route, but since they're looking for supers, we're definitely going to see a check behind Morph Ball and probably Old Mother Brain and 230 if necessary.
Yeah. And just some missiles behind Morph Ball here. And yeah, we're not going to see meme route. Not enough power bombs yet. I would imagine if supers were found, it might be more of a possibility since a lot of doors down there are locked behind supers.
Well, I feel like some runners actually really like doing the meme route since it makes wreck ship early a better play. I just think these runners are just not those type.
Yeah. And we're just seeing more missiles, so a lot of missiles so far.
Yeah, I didn't mention, but given how we've only seen missiles, it's possible that super missiles could be at a pretty troll location. Like, we haven't seen it, but it is technically Billy Mace could be for supers, which would involve a pretty large backtrack if that was the case.
Yeah, that would.
And Green Hill Zone too, yeah. Someone bringing that up.
That would not be that fun to see, but I've seen some troll seeds in my time, and luckily Billy Mace hasn't been in any of those, so we're seeing more missiles at 230, so there is a possibility that it might be required.
Nice from Zeb.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, it was nice. I think it might be possible that. Oh, I don't know. I lost my train of thought. I was going to say something about Gauntlet, but then I realized they only have 1 power bomb pack each, so.
Yeah, the most likely scenario is, or if it's a slow location, is a spore spawn, I think.
Yeah. Ooh, plasma.
That early plasma beam definitely a good pickup for sure, since it makes just shooting almost every enemy easy peasy in the early game.
Yep, that's why I like to see it. Like, a lot of the little minor enemies sometimes takes 1 to 2 shots, but with plasma, you can just plow right through them. Like, I think in Terminator here, I believe. Like
Yeah, and being able to shoot multiple enemies too.
Yeah.
And we see a second E-Tank, and we'll also see whether the runners decide to look at the back gauntlet. And Junie is not going to bother, but Zeb is laying a power bomb. So will back of gauntlet have supers?
Well, I did see a power bomb drop for, ooh, and we do see a power bomb pack at the back of supers, but I did see a power bomb drop from the regular space pirates for Junie, but that's at least why I would check up there for first, because I would get 2 power bombs instead of going down here with just 1. However, let me see. Just in case of the soft lock that's possible around here, I would try to go down with 2.
Yeah, you normally, because you'd want to use 1 here, and you'd want to use 1 to get to the Edakun's farming location. Otherwise, you have to spend time farming another, I believe, fire flea in the room to the bottom left.
Oh yeah, and that is a thing.
We see another E-Tank.
I believe with this third E-Tank that hell runs are now in logic.
I think it's 4. I don't remember the number. I think Cathedral maybe... It's 4 or 5, yeah. Okay, yeah, it is actually 3 then.
Okay.
With the new logic.
And we'll see if that's the play, depending on what majors are going to be located along the way. And yeah, we see Junie going to farm some power bombs here, while Zeb will just be able to come down here and lay 1. And our runners are pretty much evenly matched again, with Zeb taking a very ever so slight lead. Or yeah. And luckily these frogs here drop power bombs, so it's a nice refill.
And that's not a good item to see there. Yeah, that's an item that you don't really tend to skip. You just tend to jump or run into.
Yeah,
but,
so
both the runners have the menu here.
Yep. Wow, and since none of the runners have super missiles, they won't be able to check the miners in that super missile door left of Spazer there. And yeah, it's looking very missile-y today. Very missile-y. And Junie's deciding to mock ball out of there, not collect the missile, and takes it. Oh, falls down the shaft a little bit. It's like these little errors in movement are like it's fun to see these runners like this, because they played well to get in the top 16, and so like movement is the key for this. And more missiles, and Zeb is going to skip those. I'm going to guess Junie will skip those well once he gets there. And there's our first super pack. Oh, okay.
Dang. I was hoping it was somewhere worse, but yeah, with those first supers, they can just proceed with heading to Red Tower, since it didn't miss any locations. And we have 4th E-Tank at charge. They'll also be able to check the Wavegate location with those supers.
And with the other E-Tank, that means hell runs are just going to be a little bit easier. I think that looked good
that
for
unlocks
Zeb.
like all of Norfair, since Speed and Wave needs 1 more tank. And speaking of speed, that's actually really convenient too, since we now have Warway open.
Yeah, we won't need to even see Cathedral being checked, so it wouldn't be that big of a hell run, really. Oh yeah, Waterway. I keep on forgetting about Waterway being a location. It's been a hot minute since I've seen a major minor seed. And yeah, both runners going straight down to Waterway. It's one of the easiest to forget things once you find speed later on in the game, because no one wants to come back here after they find speed.
And it's more energy, so the runners will have their first major decision to make reaching Red Tower, whether to go down toward Parade or early wreck ship.
And we'll see that decision soon. That's one thing I got scared about in this room. Sometimes these luckily there's enemies in here that drop power bombs so you can get out. And with these low power bomb counts, it's going to be interesting. So I've seen a lot of seeds where they only give you like one power bomb pack for most of the game. And
I would expect both runners to go up, honestly.
Yeah. So if like you only find one power bomb pack and you find Varia, you can't really do Lord Norfair yet, because while you can get in, you can soft lock in there with only 5 power bombs as your only means of morph ball movement. And yeah,
we do have Zeb going up.
We'll see what the Junie does. Check in.
Actually making a pit stop over here, but farming more power bombs, at least. That makes it worthwhile. Since so far the seed has been pretty bad with ammo.
Yeah, it's been missiles and a single super missile pack and a single power bomb, and well, there's our second super missile pack.
And we do have Junie also deciding to go up. Yeah, this play doesn't really surprise me that much, because having pretty good energy and decent amount of items and the speed booster is the big thing. That allows the runners to check all the wreck ship locations.
And Junie is not going to be checking Alpha PBs, and is just going straight up to wreck ship. I kind of agree with that, because you can just get the items on the way back down if you really wanted to check it.
Ooh, and Junie did not get power bombs from the crabs, so he will have to go back to the ship.
Oh yeah, that's another thing. I forgot about that. So that's another benefit of actually going down there, because of those things that drop power bombs. More supers, and Junie's not checking Gauntlet.
Yeah, I'd check Gauntlet on the way out, depending on what ship had.
Yeah. I think the most important things that can be there now are charge and ice. Otherwise, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, charge is probably a big thing, because right now, Junie actually sparked over that super missile pack. So, ooh, Zeb finding even more supers, so his ammo is looking a lot better than Junie's as of now.
Yeah. It looks like Junie is skipping a
Junie's
lot of the
also
minor
skipping.
checks.
Yeah, so we see kind of a divergence in strategy of Zeb preferring to check minor locations early.
When I was noticing Zeb going down the shaft, he was not using the power bomb to blow up those blocks to get here, while Junie used a power bomb, because it can be a little trolly with the Fantoon drops, because you might run out of power bombs and need at least 2 to get out. Or no, just 1. No, you need 2 to get out, because you need to get out of Fantoon's room again, and you need to power bomb jump to get up again.
Well, it's possible to do a mid or more, but it's kind of tricky.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Metamorph, I keep on. There's a lot of things there.
Yeah, so far Junie seems to be getting the better patterns, but the race is still close, although given Zeb's ammo, that puts him into a slight lead.
Yeah, and that's a dead Fantoon for Junie, and it looks like Zeb is very close behind.
Yeah, Zeb getting a lot of slow patterns, but this will be the final round for him.
Yeah, finishing off with a super, it looked like. And we'll see what item is at I believe this is normally a super location in the vanilla game, but it was switched with an E-Tank in Norfair because it didn't make sense to have 2 major items pretty close to each other in Norfair, but yeah, we see an E-Tank here. Oh yeah, very, very healthy seed so far. And Junie's going to farm more power bombs from... I can't remember the name of those things that drop power bombs
Bulls,
here.
I believe.
Okay. Bulls.
Yeah, Junie is skipping a ton of minor locations, not even checking left side supers.
Yeah. I come from playing Metroid Fusion, so when I see those things, they look like the puffers. So they are a different enemy in this game. Ooh, more power bombs. That's good to see.
That's actually quite important, because not having bombs or screw attack can be a problem in Lower Norfair. As well as they'll need 15, or they'll want 15 power bombs if ice is buried.
Yeah. And we'll soon be seeing the wreck ship E-Tank location here. We saw both runners save at that save station, Zeb just getting out. And luckily, there's no need to do a power bomb jump, because with Speed Booster, you can just speed right into the water and do a nice nice wall jump to get up here. And Wave Beam, that's going to be pretty good too.
Yeah, it's a solid item, but we have not seen progression in a while. Would not be surprised if the Attic does not give him the items they need either. Yeah, if there's anything big in Attic, it would be Gravity.
And with Gravity, they could actually... that would open up a lot of Meridia. Because with Speed Booster and Gravity, I believe you can check just about everything except for Shack Tool. Ooh, that's a nice spark by Junie in that room.
Yeah, the spark strat's actually the best in this situation.
Coming up. It's bombs.
I'd say Junie will probably pick it up. Bombs gives you the cushion of vertical movement in some rooms, and also he only has 5 power bomb boosts. Sees more power bombs than sky missiles. Looks like he will grab that. Yep.
And if Zeb picks those up, you'll have the 15 required for Torian. Although I don't think, well, I don't think 15 is required, but it's like very, very helpful.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised Junie is now starting to grab minor locations ammo packs after skipping someone earlier.
And Zeb isn't checking those power bombs. Alright, so looks like we're gonna have a little bit of lull while we wait for the bowling alley to be completed.
Yep, both runners are simultaneously bowling.
Yep. So I guess now would be a good time to be sure to follow the runners. And follow everybody. That's what I always like to say. But yeah, be sure to follow the runners mostly. And Plump's over here too. And another thing that's messed me up with the... Ooh, we see more power bombs, so that's going to be good. Both runners will likely pick that up because why not? And 15 power bombs is power bomb go mode. Yeah, as I was about to say, this is another location that's not in Chozo, and we see our first reserve tank.
Yeah, I was gonna say we hadn't seen reserve tanks, so not a great ship. I think both runners will probably go to Gauntlet, since there are too many items that Gauntlet could still have that they'd want right now.
Yeah. Ooh, Junie jumping over the super missiles again.
I think another location that the runners should actually consider going for is X-Ray. Now, X-Ray is not a great check, especially with what they have, but it's definitely in logic and could have a suit.
Yeah, because I believe it's in logic with a certain amount of tanks and bombs. So it wouldn't be a traditional way to get there.
Yeah, I believe it's 60 tanks, although that could be lowered too. I don't know if that was changed with the playoff logic.
Okay, yeah, Tracy is saying in chat 60 tanks, so that's... So yeah, it is in logic.
I mean, it's not a great check ever, because they're going to be taking lots of damage. Yeah, it looks like Zeb has got the super short charge strat out. Oh, he didn't open the door.
Oh. He opened everything else but not the door. And it's just another E-tank. And we saw how quick Zeb caught up with that shine, so... Ooh, Junie getting stuck.
And Junie is going to the back of Gauntlet. That is kind of surprising, because I mean, he
Junie
doesn't
check
know
the
what's
back?
there, but
Oh yeah.
he's already done all the other checks, so this is a kind of big time sink for making these couple of checks at the back here. I'm just saying, I don't know if it's worth the time loss here.
No, it isn't. Well, judging because we know what's already there. Just missiles and power bombs. And Junie's going down to Green Brinstar.
Yeah, I'm not so sure about this route from Junie. He's already checked every single item in Brinstar. Zeb is laying a power bomb, so it looks like he will go for X-ray here. And this check is not fun at all, as I said. The spikes do 60 damage, and you are required to take some spike hits. Or actually, no, you could do the, never mind. Looks like he actually knows the Ponk strat. That's actually really good for Zeb.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, the D-boost strat it's surprisingly easier if you get the hang of it, as he's completely mastered it, looks like.
Oh my goodness.
This could be big for Zeb. And it is Various, dude.
Oh my goodness.
That is a very, very huge pickup for Zeb.
I only hope that Junie knows how to check right now.
I don't believe Junie knows how to deboost the deboost strat at least.
It is laying a power bomb though, so
yeah, he's just opening the door. Well, no, he's okay. He's gonna recharge.
Okay, that's good.
But that recharge tells me that again, he probably will do bomb jumps.
IBJs.
Nope. Well, no, he's leaving again. Okay, I guess just won that refill.
Oh, that's not good.
Yeah, we got teased, but it's Junie that's gonna be the one hurting from skipping the X-ray check, unfortunately.
Ooh. The space jump, at least. So, I imagine Junie should go right back, because with space jump, checking X-ray is even easier.
Yeah, that's a huge break, actually, considering space jump was the very next item. Because I was gonna say, if Junie had committed to all the Norfair heroines, then it was pretty much GG. But
yeah,
now Junie will be just maybe a few minutes behind Zeb instead of being many minutes.
So I'm seeing with space jumps down here, and judging from the items we saw in ship, that it was likely the best option to go down first. Especially
ship wasn't needed at all, but it was totally understandable to go there because you had speed booster. And yeah, you definitely want that, Junie.
Yeah. I think it's just like muscle memory to go back in case you see a bad item. So, like, if you see a bad item as you're moving to the right, you're already moving right, so you don't need to correct yourself. And, okay, Kraid is up for Zeb, and...
Go with the 4 super strat, and...
Yep.
Got the quick kill.
Ooh, there's X-ray. So if we see charge, that'll be a lot of the nicest beam combo.
Yeah, at this rate though, I would not be surprised if charge was buried.
Yeah, it could be. I hope not. I believe they can do... You can do microwave without charge for certain enemies.
I think the main one you use it for is the Metal Pirates before Ridley.
Okay, yeah. I think that's what I was thinking. And, oh yeah, this is another item that's not in Chozo. Create E-Tank.
Gravity suit! Oh my
goodness. So that's...
I was actually thinking we would see Gravity soon. That's...
Yeah.
Wow, that is go mode minus ammo for Zeb.
Yeah. That is ridiculous.
Wow, if the runners had gone down, this would have been an absolutely just fast seed. So Zeb, of course, still needs charge, but I mean, he could just skip. I mean, we're not seeing Croc for sure, and he could skip some of Bubble Mountain, if not all. I imagine he'd check Business Center like he's doing now, and then go straight down to Lower Norfair.
Do you think he would take Croc Speedway to Lower Norfair?
No, yeah, he'd just take the Frog Speedway and go straight down from there.
Another E-Tank.
Decides to pick it up. I guess for safety, or if he thinks he'll find charge.
Is that enough E-Tanks for stand-up?
Yeah, he needs 7 exactly.
Okay. Zeb is probably going to pick up, I believe it was 2 supers there before high jump. Ooh, another Kappa tank. And Joonie picking up gravity. What a seed. Yeah, so Zeb is going to pick up both of these supers here, which will make... So Ridley is going to be easy.
Yeah, interestingly, the chat mentioning a good point that given where the suits were, both these runners just actually might feel behind because they think, wow, if my opponent went to or didn't go ship first, I'm way behind. So that actually might influence the decisions that the runners make. Because, for example, Zeb, even though he's, quite ahead, he could make some, not the greatest decisions just because he thinks he needs to catch up. And yeah, Zeb is just going to go straight down. That's base jump will make Lower Norfair relatively easy and has the ammo for Ridley.
Yeah. I don't know if he would go check GT because, well, I guess still looking for charge. He might.
GT is... Yeah, I think he probably will, just because charge. And having space jump makes the check not like not the slowest. It is pretty slow, but it's not as bad.
And judging from how this seed has been, he might find screw attack there, and making Lower Norfair even easier. And yeah, Zeb is going to be checking GT. And Chad is mentioning that Joonie's ammo is quite low, so Joonie still has a lot of checks to do too for ammo go mode.
Wow, you called it.
I sure did.
Not even randomized.
So yeah, Lower Norfair is going to be super easy.
Not like they needed it, honestly, but yeah, they could do this Lower Norfair in their sleep now.
Nice spark.
Screw's like helping in the Wars from the game there,
Yeah.
since you can just space jump through those blocks.
I forget the things that shoot those beams. But these ones can't be killed, but I believe the ones in Upper Norfair can.
I believe we're talking about the what Nami is?
The things on the walls, I can't believe I forgot what they're called. Like the enemies. Ooh, spark
Nice
kill
10%
for...
strat there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Even though we didn't really need it.
It looks like Zeb is doing well on ammo, so probably won't need to do any farming. Finding more supers there. Junie will be glad to see those later on.
That's actually really huge for Junie, yeah, because his ammo was not enough. Well, okay, it's like barely enough, but it would need a lot of power bombs. So yeah, Junie will be happy to get those up.
I'm not mistaken, I believe super missiles deal double damage to Ridley, but missiles deal regular damage, so...
Yep, 6 missiles equals 1 super in Ridley fight.
Okay. So yeah, that'll be very huge for Junie then, seeing those supers there.
And, I mean, we know supers are at worst room, but Junie is going with a lot of courage. Like, this is not a great ammo count you'd want for the Ridley fight. Even if you have enough, it's going to be slow. But he will be bailed out with that pack of supers at Power Bombs of Shame.
And I was thinking Junie went down instead of going to check Fire Fleas, because Fire Fleas is basically the last mage you can check just before Ridley. And that may have been charge. And that's a quick fight for Zeb there. I blinked for a second.
At all.
Yeah.
I think based on what I've seen, Junie definitely is aware that he's somewhat slower than Zeb, so that kind of explains some of the plays and risks he's been taking.
Looking for the spark kills on the pirates. Oh my goodness. Hold on, I'm gonna have to mute my mic for a second real quick.
Alright, Zeb is gonna check the Fire Fleas and finds High Jump. That's a great item to find. Will just make movement that much faster. And since we are still looking for charge, we'll see how many minor locations Zeb decides to go to collect ammo, and he will check escape missiles and picks those up. That puts him at 40-40. So Zeb will need, or he would want 4 more super packs for go mode.
Okay, I'm back. I believe I saw high jump at Fireflies.
Yep.
Oh, that's very nice.
June, you're going to start with some power bombs in the Ridley fight, and getting some nice double hits so far. Yeah, you always want to lay them about the center of the room and manipulate Ridley so he doesn't swoop away immediately. And Zeb is now at Bubble Mountain, and we'll check wave. You might as well go here since there is a minor item location as well as a major. And more supers is good.
Mm-hmm. Looking like Junie is laying all of his power bombs. And
yeah, I'm a little surprised he's using all of them. That seems a bit overkill to me. But based on his ammo... No, his ammo was enough without power bombs.
But I guess he just wanted to be safe, as you were saying. And Zeb isn't... Oh, that's right. Thought Zeb would check speed first before going over here.
Ooh, and that's our last reserve tank, I believe, at a vanilla location. But super missiles underneath makes it worthwhile.
And yeah, Zeb is not checking speed.
That's an interesting decision. Not the slowest check with speed booster. Junie could catch back up if he decides to just commit to finding charge beam. And Zeb is entering Meridia to fight his final boss. Still needs 2 super packs for go mode. And Mama Turtle is debatable. Oh no, he's gonna check this Main Street pack first. Gets a nice short charge there. Fortunately, it's just power bombs. Checking crab supers and finds missiles. Probably doesn't want those.
And yep, just going straight to this area here. I think we might see a speed booster check. I forget what the area is called, but in this room there's 2 packs of miners.
Aqueduct.
Aqueduct, yeah. I think he can...
Yeah, Aqueduct is fast enough, and he would check the other locations on the way out.
Right. Oh, no, there's more supers. And more power bombs, so nope to those, and just going straight to our good buddy Batoon. Has enough super missiles to take care of Batoon, luckily. Although sometimes Batoon can be a little bit trolly.
Yeah, Batoon's probably the most overlooked place that people soft locked in, just because it's normally a very easy boss.
Did Junie just jump over those super missiles? Yep.
Wow, he's not even collecting them. He is going for charge. Committing for charge. So if charge is at speed booster, that's by far the best case scenario for him. But otherwise, we know that it's going to be a pretty long search for Junie.
Yeah. Yo, it's just an E-Tank after Batoon.
Zeb setting up for the full halfie and get. Oh no! I cursed myself. I thought he had it, but he was a bit high.
Spring Ball and Junie validating his run by
probably one of the worst validations that Junie could have seen.
Yeah. As believe. Oh, okay. There's
finding
the last.
supers.
Yeah.
And that's going to put Zeb into go mode. He might check a little more for safety, but Zeb has enough ammo now for Mother Brain.
Yeah, imagine. Oh, sorry.
Oh no, I was just saying. Given where we've seen, that means that charge has to be at Dragon, Sandpit, Shack Tool, or Plasma, or Croc. That's right, because Croc is open.
I forget. Was it Chozo that put Croc in Logic for if you had charge?
Yeah, Chozo is weird because of accounting for only Chozo statues, so you need charge for Croc and Ridley.
Okay. Yeah, I'm still trying to get all my logic right.
Yeah, unfortunately, Junie is going to go to Croc, which could have charge, but this is not a very fast check.
Oh,
Zeb fighting ice behind Dragon. That is gonna make his finish even faster.
Yeah, because normally you just have to use the power bombs, but power bombs can be slow.
Yeah, Zeb getting all the items in this seed, really.
Yeah, so that is just go mode. I believe Zeb is just gonna go straight to Torian. I don't know, maybe a left sandpit check, but
no, he doesn't need anything, especially with the ice. Like, I mean, I could tell that his short charges are really good, but I mean, even not even have to worry about the speed Zeb skip just makes it that much easier.
There's grapple.
Just grapple beam.
Oh, that's not a good item to see. With space jump.
Zeb is actually going to check up here at the beach for safety. Little surprised he's doing this, but
yeah.
Might as well if you're not 100% confident. And Zeb knows that he's probably doing pretty well.
Yeah, if this was the case, I may have just gone down the sandpit, but I guess there are more miners this way than the possible just one miner.
Well, sandpit is slower because the route to leave Meridia from there is longer. Yeah, Zeb literally has more than enough ammo, because usually you'd want 40-60. So this is a ton of extra ammo.
Oh, and I forgot about Zeb skip. Oh, his name is Zeb. I just realized that. Zeb skips with ice are a lot easier than the speed booster. I'm not sure if... I'm pretty sure with how I've seen Zeb playing so far, he probably knows how to do the short charge just before the Zebs.
Junie does fine charge.
Oh, there we go.
But this, unfortunately, I don't think it's going to be enough. Yeah, unless Zeb takes a very large death, he will still be winning this race.
Junie pulling off one of my favorite mock balls in the entire game.
Zeb actually showing off the mock ball leaving Meridia, which I actually think it's very underrated. But yeah, I have to agree. The mock bot of Grapple is still the best in the game.
And
I mean,
Zeb,
sure, chat, like, I chat mentioning some routing things, but that's all hindsight. Because
yeah.
the thing is, usually with routing, Lower Norfair is what you'd want to check first, because you're forced to go there, so that's the only time you can check it. But Croc is something you could check at any time, and it's slow, so you'd rather leave that to the end.
Yep, Zeb is just gonna go straight down to Torian. Since he saw the items at the back of Gauntlet, it's deciding if it's charged there. Yeah. Because he still doesn't know if charge could be there or not. No, they both checked Gauntlet. What am I saying? And Zeb is entering Torian while Junie is entering Meridia. So, yeah, this room is very fast with... Oh, not getting any super missile drops from the Metroids, though, so going back to using regular missiles.
Yeah, actually, that's a pretty important point, too. That ice really helps when you're going chargeless, since you get way more drops in the Metroids. But usually what happens is that you end up getting all the drops in the last room, because you always group the final room of Metroids.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we see a microwave from Junie, because picking up charge was required to do this, so... believe Junie will have the easier fights in Meridia because of finding charge, but at this point Zeb is just quite far ahead. Oh, Zeb going for baby skip.
Yep, he has the setup down now, and gets the baby skip.
Yep. Nice. Doesn't even need to visit that missile room. Looks like Zeb did take screw attack off, so I believe Zeb will be going for the ice skip here.
Well, you don't technically need screw attack off, but yeah, it looks like Zeb isn't familiar with the down back. That's not something that too many people know. And he's actually having a bit of problems with the skip, but there we go, he gets it second try.
Yeah. And Dragon is down for Junie. Hopefully Junie checks the item here for ice. Okay. And Zeb is just unloading missiles into Mother Brain to have the super missiles for phase 2. Plenty of ammo. Can miss 2 supers.
Yeah, 2 supers and well, 5 supers total with his extra missiles.
Right.
And yes, Chad, we will be playing the entire series today. It's a best of 3.
And yeah, that's traditional Mother Brain 60 super missile fight from Zeb.
And also I realized that Junie actually picked up every single item, so that means that Sandpit, Shack2, and Plasma were all E-tanks.
Ooh.
You don't see this every day, a full item completion.
Yeah, Junie, compared to Zeb, is just going to be going straight to Torian without checking anything else because of the charge beam. I don't believe Zeb tried to go for stand-up here because...
Can't, yeah, because...
I believe... Oh yeah, no charge, what am I saying? Keep on forgetting that charge is, well, makes it useful.
I mean, I'd say the going for charge strat that Junie did in the seed was good. I mean, it didn't really work out because of where charge was, but I think the bigger thing is you need to have a very detailed plan on the item locations and the order I decided to check for charge beam.
Right. So yeah, I think like the only divergence we saw for most of the race was Junie skipping a lot of minors, but they both essentially took the same path throughout the entire run, and Junie checking Croc.
Oh yeah, I think the routing from Junie when he randomly went to Big Pink was a little strange. That's probably the one questionable thing I think he did.
Oh yeah.
And of course Zeb knew how to do the deboost strat to X-ray, and that saved him time. And Zeb is already into the final room, or technically outside. And we have a dot done from Zeb with official SRO time of 58 minutes and 22 seconds. GG to Zeb.
GG. No, I'm not sure. Do we do interviews in between matches or at the end of the whole thing?
If it's the entire... Like, if they're playing all the matches, I think we would normally just interview at the very end, not between games.
Okay. When Junie getting bit by the baby at the very end there.
Hey.
Hey Zeb, GG.
Yeah, GG. Thanks.
Yeah, GG.
So what did you think about that first game?
I thought I made a pretty big mistake going up. I was really considering checking X-ray first before deciding whether to go up or down, but I was too scared to because I didn't have any way of saving myself if I messed it up. So once I found the bombs and wreck ship, I committed to checking the X-ray spot and paid off. So
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, no, I understand. I mean, well, it looks like you had your D-boost strat down really well, but it makes sense if one mess up and you're probably just dead in that room.
yeah, especially near the end. Ah, and he got it. Yep. Did Junie go down first then?
No, so you two did actually the same things, but Junie, well, I mean, I guess you can kind of see it from his loadout. What he went for, he committed to finding charging. So he was skipping minor locations and super missile packs everywhere. Like even the ones right in front of him, like the one at Wave, he just jumped over it since he had a clear strategy going to at least this first game.
Yeah. For position, after I got the gravity suit in Kraid E-Tank, so I think I was at like 35-25 at the time, but I was in go mode except for ammo. And I kind of did the worst of both and like made some major checks, but also made some minor checks, and it's not great, but I figured there were a couple of other major items that I would like to find anyway, so it's pretty likely I was going to find them, and I did find a good amount of those that I wanted.
Yeah, I think it's fine. Like for stuff like Bull Mountain, when there's both major items and minor item locations, it's fast enough, I'd say. And then the seed, of course, was very generous because Junie actually collected every single item in the game, so nothing was buried at all.
Where was Spring Ball?
Speed Booster.
Speed Booster, okay. Yeah, that's the one that I decided to skip, the one major, on my way out of Lore Norfair, because that's the longest one, and it's only got one minor. I checked Wave because it's right there, and it's got the minor, but... And I checked the Norfair Reserve because it's got two minors, but... Figured...
Yeah, I didn't see the ammo distribution too, but I know that a lot of super missile packs were also in convenient locations, so your ammo hunt was faster, I'd say, than average.
Yeah. Like, I felt like it wasn't quite as fast as it could have been because the first supers were so late.
Yeah, like it was bad in the beginning, but then it just started raining like super missile packs and power bomb packs.
Yeah. I'm at the end, so. Joonie get his Varia.
So, you guys were, I'd say, pretty close until you got Varia first. So Junie, of course, he had to go and get a space jump at Spazer, and then went back for Varia. And I think from then on, just kind of had slightly better movement. And as well as because of jooniejoone, he had less ammo. His Lore Norfair was quite slower, as well as his Ridley fight. So it's just kind of from there that the gap opened in Lore Norfair. And looks like Junie has just finished with the time of 1 hour, 4 minutes, and 23 seconds.
With Junie finishing, I think I'll head out and get ready for the next game.
Yep. Yeah, we will get started whenever you guys are ready. So yeah, good luck on your second game.
Good luck.
And as we've mentioned, we will be playing the entire series out today. So the runners are setting up for the second game, and we should be started in just a few minutes.
Yep, just a little short intermission while we get everything set up.